Here is a solution for the fourth and the last question from our worksheet on rate of change of reciprocal functions. T4. Determine any set of points on the graph of f of x equals to x plus 2 divided by x minus 1, where the average rate of change is same as the instantaneous rate of change at x equals to minus 2. I hope you have gone through the first three videos because results of those are going to be used here in this solution, right? So this is a very interesting problem which I have split into 4 different questions so that we can discuss every aspect of rate of change in rational functions. Now here we are going to use a couple of things from our previous videos. One is what was the instantaneous rate of change. So instantaneous rate of change for f of x at x equals to minus 2, which happens to be its x-intercept, right, at x equals to minus 2 is what? Is minus 1 over 3. And that is our result from T3, right? So we have already done this part in one of our questions earlier. So it is actually a result of T2. Result of T2. In T3 we found the equation of tangent at this point. Okay, so that is known to us. Now we'll apply or use this particular result from T2. Correct? If you've not seen that video, I'll recommend you to go through it first. Okay, let's read the question once again. Determine any set of points on the graph of f of x equals to x plus 2 divided by x minus 1, where the average rate of change is same as the instantaneous rate of change at x equals to minus 2. Now we know that instantaneous rate of change at x equals to minus 2 is minus 1 over 3. Therefore, now we need to find 2 points, any 2 points on this function where the average rate of change is minus 1 over 3. So that is what our question becomes now. Well, if you get this problem in the test, then for you have to first find the instantaneous rate of change at x equals to minus 2 and then do what we are trying to do now. Okay, remember that part. Okay, now we have option of selecting any point on our function. So one of the best points to select always is y-intercept. So let us now take y-intercept as the point of interest, right? Now what is y-intercept? Y-intercept is a point where x is 0. So let's say what is the point. So at x equals to 0, we'll get a point which is 0 plus 2 over 0 minus 1. And that will give me 2 over minus 1. So we get minus 2. So our y-intercept is, let me write like this, 0 minus 2. So we got one of our points, that is 0 minus 2. Now the question is that one point we know. What is the other point with which we can get average rate of change of minus 1 over 3? The other point, which we don't know. So let that point be A, right? So that means we are looking for a point A. So at that point the y value is going to be, I'll replace x with A, right? So I'll write A plus 2 over A minus 1. So that is my second point, correct? So, or you can write this point as, that is the A value is the x value and the y value is A plus 2 over A minus 1. So now we have 2 points, right? So one is y-intercept and the other point is at A, right? So these are the 2 points. Now what is the average rate of change between these two? The average rate of change, let me write average rate of change is equal to f of A minus f of 0 divided by A minus 0, correct? That is average rate of change, right? Slope between the 2 points. So that is the basics with which we are starting off. And we also know one more thing, that this average rate of change for us should be minus 1 over 3. Okay. Now the whole question is, we have to find what that point A is, right? So out of the 2 points, we selected one, and that happens to be the y-intercept for us, okay? Easy point to deal with, correct? Now let's elaborate on this and figure out what A is, okay? So what we will do is, we will say average rate of change is minus 1 over 3. So I say minus 1 over 3 should be equal to FA minus F0. What is FA? FA is A plus 2 divided by A minus 1. So we get A plus 2 divided by A minus 1. So this value, x replaced by A. Minus, what is f of 0? F of 0 is minus 2. So we get minus 2 divided by A minus 0, right? So these are the two x values. A minus 0. A minus 0, you know, is A, right? So let me just simplify this here and write down, taking A minus will become plus, and I'll multiply this by A minus 1. So in the numerator, I get A plus 2 plus 2 times A minus 1, correct? Now this thing, A minus 1, comes in the denominator, times we already have A here, right? So that is what our equation becomes. Now we can cross multiply and kind of simplify it, right? Well, let's do it later. Let's simplify the numerator part first. So we get minus 1 over 3 equals to, let me expand this. So we get A plus 2 plus 2A minus 2 over, denominator we have A times A minus 1, correct? Now A plus 2A is 3A, so we get 3A here, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So we are left with just 3A here, and we get A over A minus 1, correct? Now A and A will cancel out, so we get 3 over A minus 1. And this is equal to minus 1 over 3. Great. So we can now cross multiply and simplify. So we bring this here, so we get minus of A minus 1 is equals to 3 times 3, which is 9. So from here we can say, well, that means A minus 1 equals to minus 9, and A equals to minus 9 plus 1, or A equals to minus 8. So we got the value of A which we wanted, right? So we get A. So the other point for us is A is minus 8, correct? So to find what the Y value is, you can always plug in 8 here and find the Y value. So we say f of 8 is equals to f of minus 8, right? F of minus 8 is, we'll plug in minus 8 here, minus 8 plus 2 divided by minus 8 minus 1. Now minus 8 plus 2 is minus 6, and that is minus 9, which gives us 2 over 3, right? So that is our second point, right? So the answer is, solution for us is that the points are, let's call them A and B. So point A is the y-intercept, which is 0 minus 2, and point B is this point where x value is minus 8 and y value is 2 over 3, right? So that is our answer, correct? It's a good idea at present to even check whether do we have the right kind of answer or not, right? So the y2 minus y1 will be 2 over 3 minus this, minus 2 divided by x2 minus x1, which is minus 8 minus 0, right? So you can solve this. So just 2 minus minus becomes plus 2 multiplied by 3 will give you 2 plus 6 divided by minus 8, and 3 will come in the denominator, times minus 8, right? So we're just trying to calculate what slope is for these points A, B, right? For point A, B, right? That is what we're trying to calculate, right? So we get 8 over 3 times minus 8, which is equals to minus 1 over 3, same as we wanted, correct? So I hope you understand and appreciate how we got the result. And you also appreciate why we split our problem into 4 different parts. See, all these solutions are like huge solutions, right? And it gave me an opportunity to study this topic in more details and share with you my knowledge of rate of change in rational functions. I hope you enjoyed this journey, and then we have a test followed by this which has kind of very similar problem, right? I'd like you to take the test and be sure that you understand this topic.